Yeah, it's pretty noisy in some places as well. It's a
Yeah.
little bit chaotic on the road with
Yeah,
everyone on
yeah.
the scooters, but
Yeah.
it's very beautiful country. I love Indonesia. I think maybe a lesson I can learn from that, from like a Western perspective, is to try and live more in the present and care about the present instead of always worrying about the future. But just traveling in general, I think when you go to a new location, do the free walking tour. Most places will always have a free walking tour. Just do it, if you don't know what to do. And then definitely on your own, just walk around for the whole day, and then you'll like run into people, meet people. You can meet people, and like cultural events. Make sure you can like look up. Usually, like places will do markets, or there's usually in most cities there's usually something going on you can attend.
Halo, selamat datang di Bincang Inspiratif. Sama aku, Kevin.
Dan aku Naira.
Di sini kita kan lagi liburan nih, Nay. Nah, biasanya liburan itu selain kita gabut di rumah, kita kan traveling gak sih?
Iya, betul.
Nah, ternyata sisi lain traveling, kayak orang mikir kalau traveling itu pasti males deh ngabisin uang, capek perjalanan dan lain-lain.
Iya,
Tapi aku mau ngasih tahu nih, sisi positif dari traveling itu bukan cuma capeknya doang,
But the
bukan cuma
experience.
seru-seruan doang. Iya betul, kita dapat experience baru di mana kita bisa belajar budaya-budaya baru dari tempat-tempat yang kita kunjungin.
Betul banget.
Nah, apalagi kalau kita berkunjungnya ke luar negeri nih, Nay. Wah, itu kayak kita bakal belajar banyak banget deh
Benar.
budaya-budaya sana, dan mungkin
Perspektif.
perspektif pandangan orang-orang, dan juga mungkin dari hal simpel deh, makanannya
Iya, betul.
gitu. Nah, kita itu punya tamu spesial hari ini, dan dia itu tamu dari jauh-jauh nih guys. Dia datang dari mana nih? Australia, dan dia baru aja kembali dari student exchange atau pertukaran pelajar dari Finland, dan dia juga emang suka banget traveling nih, Nay. Selain dia abis pertukaran pelajar, dia juga suka banget buat traveling gitu. Mungkin kita langsung aja sambut. Boleh bintang tamu kita perkenalkan diri dulu. You can introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hey everyone, my name's Lincoln. I'm a student at Macquarie University, and I study international relations and Russian language. And I just come back from my student exchange in Finland for 6 months. So I'm here to talk about traveling and culture. So,
Okay. Yes.
glad to be here with
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Of course. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mr. Lincoln, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you so much for asking me.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, Mr. Lincoln, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? What brought you to Indonesia, especially Purwokerto?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a student at Macquarie, and actually, I'm here right now because I didn't plan to come here, but it was actually cheaper for me to fly to Indonesia first, to then go
my
go
God.
directly to Australia. So I thought it'd be nice to come here, spend a week, see Ibu Ada, and come here and stuff, and like visit my family and
Okay.
stuff. So yeah.
So, I'm curious about your first impression when you arrived in Indonesia. What's your impression?
Do you mean like this time or just in general? Because I've been to Indonesia before, but I suppose just general impressions. I think people are very friendly. The weather is really nice. I thought it'd be a lot warmer actually, but it's not too hot right now. Yeah, it's pretty noisy in some places as well. It's a
Yeah.
little bit chaotic on the road with
Yeah,
everyone on
yeah.
the scooters, but it's very beautiful country. I love Indonesia. Yeah.
Okay, so how did your experience studying at Macquarie University shape your worldview?
Well, I suppose before I studied at Macquarie, I just finished high school, and I just I guess like my worldview was very underdeveloped. Just like had a very typical outlook, and studying Macquarie, I learned a lot about topics in international relations,
Yeah.
geopolitical things, and in my Russian studies, I learned about different cultures and like specifically Russian culture. And then, yeah, so I guess that really opened up my worldview. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, you study international relations, so that's why you like traveling, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you've been traveled to many countries
Yeah,
before.
yeah, that's right.
And what makes Indonesia different or special for you?
Well, Indonesia is special for me because like my mum's Indonesian, so
Yeah.
like, of course, like it's a special country for me. It's like a second home. But like specifically for me, I think Indonesia is unique. Like even among the other Southeast Asian countries, like even Thailand and Vietnam and Indonesia, I think Indonesia is a very unique country. I think that it's such a vast, big country, archipelago of many islands, many different cultures, different people, but everyone. What's Pancasila? You know Pancasila?
Oh yeah,
Pancasila.
Pancasila.
Oh,
So everyone,
Pancasila, yeah.
everyone is Indonesian nationality, and everyone is very accepting of each other, very multicultural, even though it's
Yeah.
a very diverse, country. So I think I really appreciate the national spirit, Indonesian national like spirit and culture. And I think aside from that, the country itself is very beautiful. Like the landscape, the environment, the nature is
Yes.
really beautiful. Like, and you can't really get that from anywhere else in the world. I think it's very unique. I really love Indonesia, and the food's very
And
Oh
the
yeah,
food.
the
yeah.
food.
So what's your very favorite food at the moment?
Indonesian food.
Yes.
I really like bubur ayam.
Bubur
Actually,
ayam.
ayam,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
tried satay? Have you
Oh,
ever
of course. Yeah, I
That's
really,
really-
yeah,
that's really
yeah,
good. Oh,
yeah.
good.
After this, I will get some.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
yeah.
So, is there any cultural aspect in Indonesia that really surprised or impressed you, like maybe culture shock or maybe something in a good way?
Yeah, I guess I was kind of talking about this earlier, but I think how religious society is actually, because there are other like religious countries. Like I mean, in Europe, there's religious people, and in
Yeah.
Australia, there's religious people. But I suppose what makes Indonesia different is that even the young people are very religious. I mean, all the young people definitely identify as Muslim, and they go to masjid. Like
Yeah.
that's something. And I suppose culture shock. I suppose how relaxed people are. I mean,
Oh,
in
yeah.
Western countries like Australia, and when I was in Finland,
It's really on time.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Very on
exactly.
time, yes.
Yeah, you have to be on time. There's appointments, and your life's very scheduled. So
Yes.
everything has a time slot. You have to organize like. Oh, meeting with this friend. I have a class. It's very
Yeah.
structured, but in Indonesia, it's very relaxed.
Relaxed.
Yeah.
We can. Oh, I feel like doing this. Okay, we can do this. Okay, don't worry about it, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah.
Okay, so what are some similarities or contrasts you've noticed between Australia and Indonesia cultures?
Actually, I think this is gonna kind of contradict what I just said, but in Australia, we have a very like easygoing culture as well, but specifically in terms of like interactions, like personal interactions, but like for scheduling and time, yeah, like it's not very relaxed at all. Like you have to be on time and schedule things. Maybe other similarities. It's hard to think on the spot.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Maybe I suppose this isn't like a cultural thing, but at least I guess the weather can be pretty similar
Weather,
when it's hot in
okay.
Australia.
Yeah.
But I think it's easier to think about the contrasts. I mean, the society is like really different. Yeah, I guess.
Like behavior or something.
Pardon?
Like behavior.
Behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if I could say like Australia feels really structured. Like Western countries feel really structured. Like everything is like has has a place. Everything, it's very rigid society. But in Indonesia, it feels like if you just walk out on the street, there's people doing something else. It's very chaotic. Everyone's doing their own thing, but it's a lot more. Not peaceful, but it's a lot more, like I said, like structured.
Yeah.
Everything's a lot more lower energy, like
Okay.
in Australia and Finland. So yeah.
Yeah, and what's your most unforgettable moment while you were traveling in Indonesia, and also in any countries that unforgettable things?
Yeah, actually, are you guys familiar with the country Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyzstan. It's like close to Russia, like near Tajikistan and Kazakhstan,
Oh.
maybe. I was in Kyrgyzstan, and with my friends, and we were riding horses in the mountains. That was really nice, and we did a road trip around the country. So that was like pretty unforgettable. It was a really nice experience. And in Indonesia, it's hard to say like a specific thing, but I just like spending time with my family. Yeah, like we often go to somewhere, go to a place. So yeah.
Okay, so you like to exchange perspective with people from different backgrounds, right?
Yeah, of course.
So what are some interesting perspective you heard in Indonesia?
Yeah, I can recall I was talking to someone, and I don't know if this is like representative of Indonesian culture or anything, but I did hear this from my friend, and he was telling me about how I feel like in Australia and Western countries, we often plan our lives ahead. We always think about like the future, perhaps, and maybe we don't live in the present too much. We think about the future too much. And my friend told me like, I treat my life like playing chess, and I just do the best move for me right now. So he lives in the present, and he does things like, of course he thinks about the future as well, but largely he does what he thinks is the best move for him right now. So I think maybe a lesson I can learn from that, from like a Western perspective, is to try and live more in the present and care about the present instead of always worrying about the future, So actually, can I ask you, do you think this is an Indonesian thing, or maybe just my friend has this opinion? Do you think generally, do you think this is like, do you agree maybe, or?
Indonesian people usually think about the present.
Yeah.
So we manage our futures, of course.
Yeah.
Some people have some principle like we do what we do right now. Later is later.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Today we do what today.
Yeah. I think it's good. Yeah.
We're focusing on what we're doing right now. It's later. It's later.
So that's a deep or meaningful conversation that you heard, right?
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
So what is like living in Purwokerto? Anything that makes you feel at home here? Oh yeah, you have a family here, right?
Yeah. But makes me feel home, like in terms of Australia. Maybe if I can, this is gonna sound really generic, but
that's okay.
like if I can have like McDonald's or KFC or something like that, it makes me feel at home. It's a very Western food. So I think that, and maybe if I can like call my friends or like go on my computer and stuff, but generally I think Purwokerto is very different to Australia, so it's hard to
It's hard, yeah.
to like feel at home. I mean in that sense, of course I feel at home because I'm with my family, like you said. So yeah.
Okay. How do local people usually react to see some foreigner try to blend in with the local peoples?
Just in any country?
Any countries?
Yeah. I think in, at least in Finland, like there's no real reaction. I think it's pretty common for there to be exchange students. I mean like even foreigners. I mean, of course I look Indonesian as well, but yeah, like I think I didn't really like notice anything there, but definitely in the more homogenous countries, like in Eastern Europe, where it's just like white people, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely people a little bit curious, like because I'm clearly a foreigner, so and if they hear me speak, like I speak English like fluently, and I'm obviously from like an English-speaking country,
Yeah.
so they'll. Sorry, what was the question again?
How do local people usually react?
Yeah. So yeah, with curiosity usually, and I'll talk to them. Usually, it depends. Like say in Finland, it's like, oh, you're from Australia, that's cool, whatever. But in the more like locations where people don't travel to, like these poorer Eastern European countries like Moldova and Ukraine, people like really they're actually really excited. They're like, oh my god, like I was in a McDonald's in Ukraine, Ivano-Frankivsk, and I was just speaking English to one of the workers, and this woman came up to me and she's like, oh, I heard you speaking English, like where are you from? And I was like, I'm from Australia. And she's like, what are you doing here? So she was really curious, and we were talking for like maybe 10 minutes. So I think if I had to say, definitely like curiosity, and they're usually really happy that like people are visiting their country.
Yeah.
So
And what the biggest things that you can learn from traveling, like when you visit some countries, when you travel, what the biggest things that you can pick it up as a lesson?
I think the biggest, okay, we can divide it into like two kind of things, like
Okay.
maybe like personal development side, and then just actually this is both personal development, sorry. So I think you can improve like your personal efficacy and your responsibility, your independence just from traveling. I think it's when you're traveling, especially alone, like you have to do everything yourself, and like accommodation, your food, your bus tickets, your everything like that you have to do by yourself, and it'll make you more confident. Actually, you'll become more outgoing because you're gonna need help. You have, and especially if it's in a country where you can't speak the language, right? You have to ask someone like, oh, hey, can you, where should I go, or can you help me do this? So in that sense, it's really good for that development, and also in a more like intercultural sense, you can gain a much deeper awareness and understanding of other people's cultures and of your own culture as well. When you learn about how other people behave and how other people's cultures are, you learn so much about your own culture, because when we're in our own like perspective, you can't view it like objectively. You just think this, like I think this and I believe this is just very normal to me, but when you're confronted with a contrasting culture, you can really analyze your own. So in that sense, I think you can learn a lot about yourself, and you can really broaden your worldview and your mind, and you can even adopt things from other cultures that you like, but more than your own culture. And then, you can, as a result, you can become a much more developed person, I think. So it's really important. Yeah.
Okay. So I think many of us want to try solo traveling, right? But maybe you can give us some tips.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. I have a tip, but like some people would disagree with me, but I really like being flexible. Like for instance, say I'm traveling, and I have some friends that will book like everything. They'll book like all the hostel and the tickets and stuff.
Yeah.
And the problem with that, in my opinion, is like, what if you really like this place and you want to stay here for longer? Well, you can't anymore because you already booked the next place.
Yeah.
So for me, like, and this is not very good advice because it can backfire sometimes as well. But I like to book things like as late as possible because that gives me more flexibility. It means like I can kind of leave whenever I want if I like a place. But the downside is sometimes I'll go somewhere and then I'll try and get a hostel, but it's already booked out, and I'm like, oh, I have to go to a different one. or sometimes the tickets might be a bit more expensive because I waited too long. So there's a benefits and positives.
The negative and positive.
Yes, negatives and positives. But I think generally it depends on your style of traveling. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends. Like, do you prefer to have more flexibility, or do you prefer to be more structured and be more safe? You know.
Yeah.
But just traveling in general, I think when you go to a new location, do the free walking tour. Most places will always have a free walking tour. Just do it. You know, if you don't know what to do, and then definitely on your own, just walk around for the whole day, and then you'll like run into people, meet people. You can meet people, and like cultural events. Make sure you can like look up. Usually, like places will do markets, or there's usually in most cities there's usually something going on you can attend, and you can meet people at like bars. I mean, you don't even have to drink. You can just go to a bar. You can meet people, and at the hostel. So yeah, definitely. To summarize, like you can free walking tours. Just walk around, meet people. I think that's the most important. The most important, and for traveling in my experience, is meeting local people and hanging out with them, and then exploring their culture, exploring their area and history. So that's my advice I would give. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the advice.
Of course.
Okay, so if you could give one message to young Indonesian people, what would it be in general?
In general, I think study hard in school, and then this is to Indonesian people, but also to anyone that's listening. This is just, I think, is good advice. Just really take every opportunity that you can. I wish I did when I was young. I mean, I'm not old now, but when I was younger. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and take opportunities, because I think the best thing is to, even if you're scared to do take opportunities anyway. It can be anything. I mean, maybe a travel opportunity or a study opportunity. Maybe the university is doing a program, or it's doing like a meeting or talk, like anything. You just go, just attend it, and you'll at least if you didn't like it, you'll learn something. You know, whatever. Maybe it was 30 minutes and it wasn't very interesting, but at least you went there and you can like network. You can talk to people. But in general, I mean, in addition to that, I really encourage anyone who has the opportunity to travel. Travel's really good, and I mean. If you have an opportunity with your university, I mean, like exchange, very, very. I mean, even if it seems like unlikely, like the chances, you should still try to do it. That's what I think. That's my advice.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're at the end of the podcast.
That's a great conversation today with you, Mr. Lincoln.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It was a pleasure to meet both of you. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your studies, and maybe you can have a travel opportunity of your own in the future, hopefully. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
Okay, that's our podcast today with Mr. Lincoln. That's a really great experience for me, for us.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe in our YouTube, Bincang Inspiratif. Terima kasih juga, dan goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.